Hey, welcome back to Seeking Dubai. So what we're doing in this video is talking about the villa and townhouse market in Dubai South. So if you have invested in this part of Dubai, or you want to understand what's taking place over here, this is one of the high growth areas of Dubai, then this video should really add some perspective for you. All right, so let's start with this chart over here. This is the new launches that took place in Dubai South from 2016 through 2024. So 2016 saw the first phases of Emaar South and Dubai South residential district launch. And then this is what's happened since then. And 2024 obviously saw an increase in the number of launches. From 2016 to 2021, all these projects here, this is almost all the ready supply that we have today. And then this is all the future supply that's coming. We've seen an increase in the number of residential buildings launched, particularly in Expo City and in Emaar South. So easy way to kind of understand Dubai South is if you're looking at this map over here, there's three major residential areas coming up over here. So the center is the airport, of course, and some other industrial belts over here. But we have Expo City. This is number one. Okay, this is the most prime location that will come up anytime in the future. This is also the major business district where major corporations are moving here. You're going to have a working population here of around 30,000 people. And then further back along Expo Road is the Dubai South residential district. And this is the only area allocated in entire Dubai South district for residential properties. And this is where we have the notable projects of South Bay and Pulse Beachfront. And then the third major area is on the other side of the airport, and that's where we have Emaar South, which is one of the major Emaar communities. We've got Azizi Venice, and this circle over here with the question mark, that is where Bahria Town, which is one of the major developers of Asia. In terms of number of units built, it's number one developer of Pakistan as well. They've got millions of customers across the world. They've done some incredible work there in a country where doing business is not easy. And so just to give some perspective on their size and scale, this is Karachi with a population of 20 million, and this is a whole new city that Bahria Town actually ended up building. Just go and Google it and you'll be quite amazed at what they've done over there. And so Bahria Town Karachi, just for some perspective, it's around 1.2 billion square feet in size, and that's like building 30 Damak lagoons, and that's what 30 Damak lagoons looks like. Right, so I believe that with their project announcement, is going to be one of the major drivers of the Dubai South market. Okay, so if you look at this map over here, we can kind of just go over what's been taking place in Dubai South over the past 3-4 months. The first place to look at is Expo City, where we saw the expansion announcement of the Dubai Exhibition Center. This is where the majority of new exhibitions are going to take place in Dubai. And then we also saw the announcement of how this master plan will evolve as they envision over 30,000 workers working in this modern business district over the next few years. We saw the launch of Emaar's first project in Expo City. That's 4 buildings very close to the Emaar Mall. And so there's some units available over here. And then we've had City Residences launched by Expo City. That is where 2 buildings have pretty much been sold out in the heart of the business district. Further along back, this is where we have Expo Valley. This is under construction right now. It was launched and sold out from 2023 to 2024. And over here, we have a growing amount of secondary market activity and interest. And over here we have the Dubai South residential district, where we've got the South Bay and Pulse Beachfront. These are the 2 most notable projects over here. Pulse Beachfront is trying to hand over now, so that's going to be a major activity in 2025. South Bay, there is a growing amount of resale activity taking place over here. The Heights is a project that was announced by Emaar, but we're waiting for more information on what's going to take place over here. And then on the other side of the airport, that's where we saw the majority of real estate transactions take place in 2024, and that is Emaar South, where we had the launch of villa clusters like Golf Lane and several townhouse clusters through 2024. Starting in late 2024, we also saw the introduction of apartment buildings after a gap of nearly 6 to 7 years. Next to Emaar South, we have Azizi Venice, and this is a project that's being built along Crystal Lagoons. And so this is the second year that's the project's ongoing, and there have been 20 buildings launched, and some mansions are being sold along the lagoons at incredibly high price points. And if you kind of want to understand valuations right now and then benchmark it towards the rest of the city, this is where the market is like from highest to lowest dollar per square foot. So the most expensive properties right now in Dubai South are the Azizi Monaco Lagoon mansions, which are at an astonishing $1,000 per square foot. And then if you're looking at the premium apartments in Expo City, they're around $500 to $550 per square foot. The most expensive villa community is Expo Valley, and this is kind of taking into account secondary market transactions now. And then this is the rest of the villa and townhouse market. And over here, you can see that most of these now are under construction and they can only be purchased on the secondary market. And so before we move on, just the other thing to kind of note is that there are currently around 2,700 villas and townhouses in these areas of Dubai South right now, which is ready. And another 4,000 is under construction. And that 4,000 is mainly here in Expo Valley, in Dubai South Residential District, and in Emaar South. And so the vast majority of the land in these areas has already been accounted for. So in the future, most of the supply for villas and townhouses can come in this land left here between Expo City and South Bay, Bahria Town properties, which we've been talking about. And then we also have the Heights project, which is kind of outside of the Dubai South district. This is more towards the suburbs. But yeah, that could be future supply as well. And so if you want to kind of understand these three residential districts in a bit more detail, we can zoom into their master plans. And so what you're looking on your screen right now is Emaar South. Everything labeled in green is the mature and ready clusters with high occupancy rates. And then if you're looking at the center of the community, that's where we have the golf course. And along the golf course is just one ready villa cluster, and the rest of it is fairways and golf lane. This is 400 villas and around 200 twin villas that are currently under construction, and they will hand over from 2026 through 2028. And over here, you can expect to see a lot more secondary market activity, particularly for fairways, because they were launched at pretty good price points in late 2023. And then if you're looking at the periphery of the community, this is the other oranges, which are the townhouse and twin villa clusters. But these townhouses are more premium than the ready townhouse cluster. So if you're looking at differences in valuations, these are more expensive, but they're also much larger. And there's other subtle differences which we can explain to any potential buyer that wants to understand this area in more detail. And then if you're looking at the areas in red, this is the only land left which is earmarked for villas and townhouses. So Emaar are probably not in a major hurry to sell these out, even though they could. But here, the focus now in Emaar South is towards the apartments, and that's this belt over here along the golf course, where you've got just one row of apartment buildings, mid-rise, high-rise, all dwelled by Emaar, and with premium type of finishes and views. And something that's very unique right now in Dubai, you're not going to be able to go into the market and easily find these kind of options out there. So over here we have only one ready building, which is called Golf Views, but over the past few months Emaar have launched 4 different projects which have all sold out within a day. And so over here we've seen prices between 13 to 1500 dirhams per square foot. And these are the kind of current valuations you're going to be seeing. If you look at Park Views and Green Views, these are the majority of the supply right now. That's 3 and 4 bedroom townhouses. These were originally called the Expo Golf Villas. So if you were around back in 2017, 2018, these were the townhouses that were launching for around 1 million dirhams, 1.1, 1.2 million dirhams. And currently, on a more conservative level, they are valued at around 2.1 to 2.3 million, making them amongst the most affordable townhouses in an Emaar community in Dubai today. And then if you're going beyond Emaar South, the second major residential area to look at is Expo City. Now, this is mainly a business district with a mall, with the metro, and the Dubai Exhibition Center. So that's the core part of it. There's around 30 major corporations that are moving over here, and many more are supposed to be coming. And so they expect that there's going to be around 30,000 workers here. And Dubai desperately needs business districts like this. This is going to be one of the major growth drivers of Dubai moving forward. Now, what they did over the last 3-4 months is they announced more information on the different parts of Expo City. And currently, if you're looking to purchase in January of 2025, we've got Terra Heights, we've got Al Waha Signature Residences, which are lofts, and we've got the Siller Residences, which is in the heart of the business district. These are the villas and townhouses of Expo Valley, which have been sold out, and they have options in the secondary market. And so if you want to understand kind of valuations right now in Expo City, all the villas and townhouses are sold out. So this is kind of secondary market kind of transaction range. And then apartments are being sold by the developers. So they've been small clusters and buildings that have been launched, and they're very unique, very high end. Also within Expo City, Emaar have launched a project here called Terra Heights. And so this is located next to the Emaar Mall. And over here, there are also some limited apartments available from prices starting from around 1.5 million for one bedrooms. And then the third major residential district of Dubai South is the Dubai South Residential District, which is behind the Expo area. And so over here, there's two major projects that are taking place. One is called South Bay, which is 6 different clusters which have been launched and sold out along the Crystal Lagoons. And then over here, we've got Pulse Beachfront, which is handing over now. This was sold right around the time that Expo was happening at incredible price points and payment plans as well. The rest of the district contains a lot of plots, which have been sold to private developers. So over here, you'll go and see a mix of different developments taking place. There's some limited G+1 land over here, which has already been sold, and they can be transferred. But, the plot market over here, the development market over here is also very interesting. And if you kind of want to get that kind of insight, our team actually does work in this part of the market segment as well. Okay, now let's try to put some perspective on this market. If you're looking at this chart on your screen right now, this is showing you all the ready and under construction properties by property type. So everything in green is what's ready right now. Everything in red is under construction. And so we can see that the majority of the future supply in Dubai South is, of course, a 3 and 4 bedroom townhouses. And then we also have 4 and 5 bedroom twin villas coming up. We have some 4 and 5 bedroom villas, very less 4 bedroom villas, very handful of 3 bedroom villas, right? So this kind of chart gives some perspective on that supply. And then right now we did note that there's around 2,700 ready villas and townhouses in the Dubai South district and another 4,000 under construction. And so from 2019 through 2024, this is the way the supply has been delivered. In 2024, we did have quite a lot of supply that handed over, but it was absorbed. And then from 2025 through 2029, we're going to see approximately about 1,000 units hand over every single year moving forward. Now, in terms of price evolution, this is an interesting chart. It goes back and looks at some notable launches. So in 2022, we were still at around, 800-900 dirhams per square foot. And then we can see now in 2024, one of the last major townhouse launches was for Greenville in October of 2024 in Emaar South. And over here, we've been seeing prices of around 1,400 dirhams per square foot. Okay, so that's the price evolution over here. This chart over here kind of talks about some of the major infrastructure that's underway. Just last week we had the announcement of the Etihad Rail, which should run through this corridor over here as well. And then if you're looking at villa and townhouse valuations, this chart over here kind of breaks it down and gives some perspective. So we did know that Expo Valley is the most expensive villa cluster or villa community in Dubai South right now. So that's around 16 to 1,850 dirhams per square foot. We can compare that with South Bay, which is further back, and that's around 13 to 1,450 dirhams per square foot, right? So this is taking into account the last phase that was launched and some secondary market activity as well. And we can kind of compare that with some other valuations out there, right? So Palm Jebel Ali, where almost all the fronts are now sold out, at least the 5 and 6 bedroom villas. So those were sold for between 2,600 to 2,700 per square foot, which is pretty amazing if you start comparing valuations of waterfront, in other parts of the city as well. And then the Nakhil communities in Al Furjan, which are now starting to hand over and will hand over through the next year and a half. Over here, you're looking at around 1,500 to 1,800 dirhams per square foot. Okay, so we can almost wrap up this video. I hope it's been useful for you. My name is Gibran. I'm a partner at Realco Capital. We specialize in select real estate hotspots of Dubai. We focus a lot more on villas and townhouses. And we're doing a lot of interesting work in the market. And so if you'd like to follow us in more detail or regularly, you subscribe to this YouTube channel. You can send us a message. Our contact information is in the description box. We'll add you to our Discord channels if you'd like. And yeah, so this chart over here is looking at some of the other major villa and townhouse projects that have come up. So look, this is Dubai South over here. That's what we've been discussing. This over here is mainly the suburbs of Dubai. And up here, we have Dubai Hill. So a lot has been covered in this chart over here. And the luxury projects that have been selling in 2024 are Oasis by Emaar, Acres, Athlon Aldar, Nadal Shiba Gardens, and then a lot of the new District 11 luxury villa clusters. Okay, and then if you're looking at the suburbs, which is everything back here, we see a lot of new projects coming up by Damak, right? So we've got a lot of the affordable townhouse projects like Riverside, Sun City, Damak Islands, Damak Hills 2, and then all the way back here, along a land road is the Valley project, and that is another real estate hotspot. So if you're trying to understand investments in Dubai South, this is kind of what you can compare and benchmark it to, and that's one of the things that we kind of help you understand and explain. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it's been useful, and we look forward to connecting with you. All right, thank you.